Hey everyone, welcome back to Whiskey Trek, and this is the director's commentary.
Hey.
Today, or I should say at the time of this recording for the video, we went to the Bendt Distillery.
Get Bendt.
I was gonna do it.
Nah.
See?
You.
All right, well, that's not fair. Channeling her inner Donna right there. Get Bendt, Foreman. Yeah. Bendt Distillery is located in Louisville, Texas, so pretty local to us. I had heard of this smaller distillery, but I'd never been there, nor had I ever tried any of their products. This is one of, actually, the older Texas distilleries. I think it is DSP number 10. So 10th distillery in Texas. It was founded by a couple of guys who one of them was ex-military, who fell in love with like brewing and doing home brews, and the other person was making his own rum, and they combined their skills of distilling and brewing to make a whiskey distillery.
Yeah, can we just shout out Ryan, this amazing man? So fun to hang out with.
Yeah, one of the co-founders is the person who led our tour, and he was fabulous. He was such a fun tour guide. He answered everyone's stupid questions and a lot of good questions and provided some really interesting stories and feedback. Overall, it was a really fun experience. I think the tasting was probably the biggest letdown. Nothing really interesting there, although their bourbon cream was fantastic.
It really was.
They offer a lot of different products, obviously, but the most important thing was the bottle your own experience, something that I'd only ever seen done at Michter's, which I dreamed to do one day. These are cask strength bottlings that you do yourself. They had 4 selections: a bourbon, a rye, a wheat whiskey, and a 4-grain, I think. I'm blanking on the 4th one. We did a bourbon and a rye. The bourbon, as you're seeing on the screen now, was 139 point something proof. I can't quite remember.
Squeezy.
And the rye was 141.4. So looking at... Yeah. So our first hazmat bottle in the collection is really cool to have. Overall, I mean, operating levers and things is always fun. It's not like the craziest thing, but it was definitely a good time on a Saturday afternoon. Honestly, a hazmat bottle of 7-year rye from Texas for $80 seems pretty reasonable these days, just purely based on the fact that where else are you going to get anything like it, you know?
That's for sure.
Yeah. So now we've got some really unique stuff in our collection that, although it's not the most fantastic thing, you know, it's not overly complex, even though it is that high proof, it is really nice, actually. It's hot, but it is tasty. I think the value is probably about $60, which is what their normal single barrels are at, but the extra 10 to 20 is worth it for the experience. I put the label on mine. I did the tax stamp perfectly, but of course, only me will care. The main label was a little bit crooked. Very disappointed in myself. Well, that's the end of this director's commentary over our distillery tour. I totally just blew out the mic there. Sorry about that. That's the end of our distillery tour video for Bendt Distilling in Louisville, Texas. Highly recommend that you guys go check that out, and we will see you guys next time for Whiskey Trek number 8.
Yeah.